Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my second video in my series of how to travel videos. In this video I will be talking to you about how you can travel when you have a full-time job. You hear all the time stories of people who quit their jobs to travel the world, and it's fantastic, but the reality is that not everyone can do that. So I get a lot of messages on Instagram, people commenting me like, oh, you know, your photos are amazing, I wish I could travel all the time like you. But so this is just sort of to clarify that this whole thing you guys see, the videos, the blog, the photos, this isn't my full-time job, as much as I wish it was. I actually have a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday office job, but I still go on cool holidays throughout the year. So I'm gonna be sharing with you my top tips on how I managed to do that. So my top 3 tips on how you can travel when you actually have a full-time job. Number 1, be flexible on dates. If like me, you're a recent graduate and you've just started working, you're not a student anymore. You don't have to travel during school holidays, which sounds really silly, but that means that you're a lot more flexible and you can travel when flights are cheaper. So what I usually do is I'll have a rough idea of the period of time I want to go traveling in. For example, I like going to hot countries around October, November when it starts being cold and miserable in London. And what I do is I go in Skyscanner and select the whole month option, because that way it shows you which dates are cheaper to fly on, and then I just choose those ones so that I save money and I can travel longer. Number 2, be smart about how you use your annual leave days. I have friends that will take a day off just to stay at home and carve pumpkins on Halloween, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you want to make sure you have more time to travel, you know, just be smart about how you use it. For example, if you use it when there are public holidays, that means you can be on holiday for longer. Over Christmas and New Year's, I went to Italy for 2 weeks, and I only took 3 days off work just because of how many bank holidays there were in the way. This kind of goes against what I said before about being flexible, because you are going to be restricted to when the holidays are and flights are going to be more expensive, but it's just about finding a balance between the two. I usually alternate between traveling when there are public holidays so that I save annual leave days from work, and then going on holiday randomly when flights are cheaper so that I save money. You just have to find something that works for you. Number 3, go on weekend breaks. Don't underestimate how much you can see of a city in just 2 or 3 days. I live in London, so it's quite easy from here. Most European cities are only a 2-hour flight away. I don't know where you guys live, but presumably there are other places you can go see. And you can go from Friday night to Sunday night, and that means you don't have to take any holiday off work, or you know, you can make it a bit longer and take the Friday and the Monday, but that also depends on what you do and where you're going. Some places you might be able to see in 2 days, and some places you need a bit longer. So those are my 3 top tips on how you can travel while you have a full-time job. Be flexible with dates, be smart about your annual leave, and go on weekend breaks. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. I'd love to hear about your experiences. So if you are working and you love traveling, I'd love to hear how you make it work. So just leave me a comment or message me and we can have a chat. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that subscribe button right there, unless you've already clicked it, in which case you don't want to click it because that will unsubscribe you and we don't want that. Cool?